Round 3, you have the choice. Playing first and mulliganing. This one will keep. Opponent's keeping at 7. We're in need of lands, but if we get one more land, we're looking pretty good. Preferably blue. It's kind of cool you get like an extra pump out of Watercourser with Anointer too. It's pretty interesting. All right. I could use the Enshrouding Mist on the Fetid Imp, but I kind of like just playing the Watercourser here and passing. I think it's better. If I use Enshrouding Mist, I get a Fetid Imp off the board, but it doesn't make the best use of my mana. And like now, if I draw a land, I'd rather like play an Aeronaut. He kind of has to leave his black mana up to use the Imp anyway. So, not that scary. Alright, I presume he's going to play something, otherwise the attack doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. What do we got? Deadbridge Shaman? Alright, it's actually not that scary. It's a little bit scary, but not the worst. I don't want to discard an island. I think we just swing with Watercourser, and then he probably doesn't even block. I mean, if he does, it's good for us anyway. I think I discard an Enshrouding Mist here if he does block. He doesn't block, so let's do Anointer and land Aeronaut. And that way we can block Deadbridge Shaman with Thopter. Or maybe we just try to race Deadbridge Shaman. I could probably do that too. Like, Deadbridge Shaman becomes a lot less of a big deal once I've kind of spewed out my hand. Alright, mill himself is what I have to presume, but he could mill us. He is milling us, okay. Kind of a dangerous move on his part, to be honest. I mean, he doesn't know that we don't have Spell Mastery, but it just coincidentally we don't have Spell Mastery in our deck. Whereas it's kind of telling that he's milling us because now I just presume he really doesn't have... I can play both spells, which is pretty good now, actually. So, guess we just swing with everything. I can make this 5 power with my Enshrouding Mist, too. And maybe, well... I can also save these cards. I think we swing with... I think we swing with all 3. Like, if he double blocks it, I'll just kill the Return Centaur and not kill the Deadbridge Shaman. And it'll be like I use an Enshrouding Mist to kill a Return Centaur, which isn't great, but I think it's actually okay. Especially against a black-white deck. It's not insane, but I mean, it also it doesn't matter. It really is only a big deal if he double blocks, because if he doesn't double block, well, I can also just suppression bonds a Deadbridge Shaman, which is pretty good actually. All right, let's do that. This is kind of weird, but I kind of like just getting that out of the way. And now I can swing with these three, and if he goes Return Centaur, Watercourser, Fetid Imp, Thopter, I can just kill his Fetid Imp. It seems pretty good to me. And if he doesn't, I'll just pump and kill the Return Centaur. Okay, so now I pump Watercourser and Shrouding Mist. Get that off the board, deal some damage to him. So now he's got like just a Fetid Imp. Okay. I guess that's actually decent for him. And a Husk. Alright, that's actually pretty good too. So I guess during my upkeep he can just, or draw step, he can sack the, if he'd had a stop there, he could have just sacked it and made me discard. I think for that reason I kind of want to hold the Watercourser, to be honest. Or hold the island, rather, even though I can use it on the Watercourser. I guess we swing with Courser and Aeronaut. I can double pump Watercourser anyway. I guess I should have played Island then. That would have made more sense. Yeah, that would have made more sense. That's okay. It's still okay. I mean, I can play everything in my deck. It's just, my thinking was... What was my thinking? My thinking was if I had another card in my hand, he wouldn't find a good opportunity to use Deadbridge Shaman, but then I kind of gave him a good opportunity to use Deadbridge Shaman, so... Didn't make a whole lot of sense. Alright. So we're in top deck mode now, but... I mean, there's a lot of good draws in our deck. Alright. Tactician's pretty good for him. He's got more cards in hand, so we're going to actually have to get some pretty good draws here. He also has the Death Touch up, which is pretty relevant. That's a surprising attack. I mean, it's better for us, since we're still slightly ahead on the race, but if he's trying to, well, it definitely, we wanted to top deck something there, so. The tides are going to swing quickly if we don't top deck stuff, but if we do top deck stuff, we can really get back in this. All right, we're in pretty rough shape now, so we actually have to draw spells or else I just don't think we can win. It's kind of gotten to that point. Whirler Rogue is definitely a ridiculous good spell to draw at the moment, so let's go Whirler Rogue. Now the question is, do I want to leave back Arrow Knot? I think I actually do, because now we have a better double block against his Tactician. We're going to have to draw our way back into the game, but I think we can do it. So we're going to double block. I mean, we kind of have to double block here. Yeah, this is fine. He can kill them both with a removal spell, but I think I'm okay with that. All right. I mean, it worked out pretty well for us, actually. Oh, and he plays 6-drop. Yeah, I know how good that demon is. He should have played it pre-combat. It would have worked out better for him. Anointer, not so good against the 6/6 demon, as you might imagine. So we're definitely going to lose against the demon if we can't come up with something in just about one turn. Although I guess I can chump block. Just every chump block gets him a card, which is a problem. Definitely a problem. It's like we're getting outdrawn here, unfortunately. So I think we just chump the demon and take 5 damage. Which means we have to chump the demon for the rest of the game, or until we get a removal spell. Just drawing lands. Yeah, we're in pretty serious trouble now. Can I do anything? That is the question. Is there anything to be done? So I need to leave back the Thopter for this. Guess I can double block Assassin and then just take 4 and lose 2 guys. Probably gonna lose, but just didn't draw enough. I think the mulligan is actually how we lost this one. Or maybe, you know what, maybe my suppression bombs play. I should have gone into defense mode. My thinking was when you're already behind, going in defense mode seems really foolish, but it just pans out it would have worked absolutely perfect in this game. Like, if you're behind, you have to do desperate measures, is the way I look at it. And desperate measures does not mean defensive, try and eke out a long game. You know? Does that make sense? I hope it does, because that's how I'm trying to justify me losing this game. There's actually no road to recovery at this point, even if I had gotten the claustrophobia. All right, so I have to watch out for big demons, so I can't do that anymore. Hopefully I can keep my 7-lander. That's step 1. Because our deck is, like, really, I think, too good to lose. Even against our opponent's deck that's got the demon. I feel like, although I haven't seen more of it yet, but I feel like we just have so much good stuff. I really shouldn't lose with this deck. It really is an insanely powerful deck. Maybe we cut Drake as per usual, and I'll just bring in a counter spell. Like, I can bring in Bone to Ash, but Dismissal's going to hit the same thing. I don't get to draw a card, but I can leave less mana up, which I kind of like. He did like pretty much only play creatures, and drawing an extra card is pretty insane. Maybe I do want Bone to Ash. Alright, let's try this. Play first. His hand's pretty good. It's got Whirler Rogue in it, so it seems pretty good. Alright, so we get to go Knight into Whirler Rogue and get Renown right away too, which is pretty insane. Anointer. That would have been good last turn. So now even if he has a blocker, we get to get in, which is pretty sweet. That was a good draw too. It's a really good draw actually. Our hand just got insane. He can Reave Soul Whirler Rogue. We're still looking really good. Swift Reckoning that. We're still fine. So I think we just set up for a Wyvern. So we play Aeronaut. And next turn we can just get in for 8 flying with our Wyvern. Hopefully we draw a land here. Didn't get the land. Guess we can tempo him. We could also go Anointer Knight. But I kind of like, well, it's not bad. All right, let's go Anointer Knight. Get our free damage in. And next turn with Wyvern, can get in for some pretty good damage. And I like keeping the Void Mage for like demon potential on turn 6 or something along those lines. Suppression bonds on that. It's not too big of a deal actually. We still get to go Wyvern potentially plus Enshrouding Mist if I can draw the land. Well, double Enshrouding Mist is starting to get a bit ridiculous. So I guess the play is get in with Knight. Pass. Leave up Thunderclap Wyvern for next turn. Or end of his turn, Wyvern, Separatist Void Mage on our turn. All right. So, I mean, our deck is nuts. Our deck is nuts. This is what I would hope to see out of it. Opponent kind of fumbled around, didn't do too much that game, actually. And we did a lot, though. But, I mean, Whirler Rogue just does. Whirler Rogue's kind of absurd, actually. Kind of an absurd card, especially since you can use the ability as soon as it comes in, which just doesn't seem all that fair. Do I want to cut something else and bring in Calculated Dismissal as well? Probably not, I guess. Let's just stick to the Bone to Ash and the Disperse and the Claustrophobia and the Suppression Bonds and the Separatist Void Mage to deal with his demon. And the Anchor to the Ether. Yeah, I feel like when you have that many answers, you should be able to take care of it. Alright, I think we're keeping this. We only need one more land to really make this hand do a little bit more than it already does. Obviously, we're going to need some more lands beyond that, but on the draw, it seems like something I'm going to want to keep. Topin Freeblade on his side is kind of worrisome, but I think we're just going to go for the Enshrouding Misplay and hope it's enough. Alright, well, that helps. Still need to draw land here. Did get the land right in the nick of time. So we'll get in with Anointer, drop our Knight, and pass. If he goes Suppression Bonds, hopefully we draw a land for Aeronaut. Otherwise we can drop Starfish. Tactician is, I guess, a little bit worrisome, but I'd bonds it if we had a land. Void Mage would have helped. Makes it a little bit more complicated. I think we go Starfish, pass. Look for a good opportunity to get in with our Knight. Either Void Mage, Claustrophobia, or Suppression Bonds. Alright, Centaur, not too intimidating actually. And he can't really get in with Tactician. Milled us, got rid of Mist, Anchor, Island, and a Knight. All of those would have been decent, but we're still actually on the hunt for a fourth land, so three spells to one land, I would say still gives us a pretty high probability of drawing a land here. I could actually, yeah, I think this is actually fine. This is actually insane. Now we just take 3 damage. And I probably just upkeep Starfish. Just really dig for a land. Yeah, we'll bottom that. Rather have a land. Still can't find the land. We still get to get in with our Renown guy, though. I wish I could play something. Not being able to play anything is pretty frustrating. But got our Renown. That was definitely an important turn, unfortunately. I mean, we're in pretty big trouble if we can't find a land. If we can find a land, we're in really good shape. Well, now I guess it doesn't matter if I didn't leave the Starfish back. Do take a ridiculous amount of damage here, but we are literally just a land away from having just a bonkers setup. Just like a sick setup. Pretty tempted to use Starfish again, but now I can keep this at bay. And if I don't draw a land, I think I have to use it. I got to draw a land here. All right. Put that on top. That is very good. So now we can go... I think the play is... Well, that's interesting. That is interesting. I guess we go... Well... It's a little bit complicated. Problem is, if I Void Mage the Tactician, he just gets to replay it and crack back for 1,000,000. Which seems pretty bad. So I guess I want to Suppression Bonds it. So I guess we... It's a bit complicated. If I do Aeronaut, get some more blockers. I think we do Bonds on the Tactician. Do I want to smash for 5? He gets to smash back for 5. But then I'll have Claustrophobia, Void Mage. I can leave up Starfish to block Return Centaur. I think we're just going to take some more damage here, because I don't want to trade my Knight, basically, for a Tactician. And if he has Demon... So be it, I can Claustrophobia it. All right. So now we essentially have to go into defense mode, which is a problem, but not the end-all be-all. So I guess we just go Aeronaut, pass. This gives us blocks for the Tactician and the Return Centaur. And I guess we're digging for just big cards. All right. That's pretty tolerable, actually. So I guess we're going to chump block the Tactician, block the Centaur. I do still want to save Claustrophobia for Demon that I can't deal with, because I have another Aeronaut to block the Tactician next turn, but I don't want to take 2 damage here, or 3 damage here. So we block here. chump there. Scry. Don't really need land anymore. Just looking for some bigger cards. Free Blades, not bad. Still think we're gonna just go Aeronaut here. I mean, I could have taken 3 from Tactician last turn, and I would have been up a Thopter, but I think at the moment, trying to play around like Mighty Leap or stuff might be better. I mean, I'm clearly going to triple block the Tactician, is the plan. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to do it. Still works just fine. I mean, we lost some value there, but we're in a tough spot. I mean, we're digging. It's pretty bad for us. But actually, I guess not really. No, I guess it's not. So, let's dig now. Land would let me go Void Mage plus Free Blade. But I'm not in a big rush to do that, actually. I think we'd rather have like a stronger card. That's fine. I mean, we got the land anyway, so let's go Void Mage, bounce Aeronaut, and Free Blade and pass. Still have the out for the demon. Fetid Imps, not too scary. I'm getting a lot of lands, but I guess that's not so outrageous. Just stay in chill out mode. Thief. Thief really doesn't do all that much here. I think we're looking for better. I mean, it's okay. It's not very good, though. I think we have stronger cards. Like this, for example. Not going to play Claustrophobia yet, I don't think. Don't really see the value in that. All right, I'll actually leave that on top. Double tap down seems pretty good. So let's just pass one more turn. We get to tap his flyers. And I get to swing with the irregular into the return centaur too, which is pretty insane. We probably want to play around the swift whatever though, so I'm not even gonna attack with my my Kithian irregular. I actually don't see any need to do that. I guess next turn I should probably just bust the claustrophobia though. I mean, we've got lethal next turn. I'm trying to think if we had lethal that turn. Maybe we did. We're the rogue too. All right, let's go tap down, tap down. Now if he has Swift Justice, he can kill this, but he still takes 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. Too much for him to deal with. All right, so we got the draft, which is good because our deck was insane. Struggled with a little bit of some mana issues, but overall managed to stabilize with our insanely powerful cards and get back into it. So really strong deck. I'm glad it performed well, and we got a draft out of it. Only thing that happened was some mana issues a little bit, but we overcame them. And Sigil Starfish did some great work for us. So overall, very cool, very fun. I hope you enjoyed it. Next draft will be in 8-4. We'll see you then.